What's up, Pistons fans? It's your boy King, man. Let's talk a little bit Pistons, right? Didn't have as much fun last time out. Yeah, I know. It sucked. We lost, right? Uh, we getting used to singing the Pistons won again around here, but that doesn't stop us for our push for the playoffs. That Clippers game was atrocious, though. Let's just be honest about it. Um, I didn't get a chance to do a review afterwards, but yeah, it absolutely sucked. And plus the fact that Malik Beasley was, doing a little trash talking before we went up against James Harden, and then he dropped 50 on us. It was just kind of sucks. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's not talk before we get the job done from now on, Malik. So, um, there's a situation that we've talked about a lot on this channel, but I just cannot get around it, and it's past the point of disrespect, and that's Cade not getting his proper due when it comes to foul calls. I'm tired of him being double, triple, quadrupled in the amount of free throws that he gets every night. So we're going to talk about that plus a few other things. Let's just keep it locked, man. Let's talk Pistons.
Hey, King paying for gas.
All right, so before we dig in, before y'all even ask in the comment section, King, where did you get the shirt? Right, this shirt here. Pull it up a little bit for you guys. Got the Pistons horse with Cade on the front. Um, got it off of Instagram at this site. They got some pretty dope stuff on there from, Sonic and Knuckles for the Lions fans in here, but they got much more than that. I'll put it in the description for you guys so you can go check it out, man. They got some nice swag over there. So I got this and a hoodie that my wife ordered me. Shout out to my wife, Kay, man. She always looks out. So, but yeah, the disrespect, the utter and obvious disrespect of Cade Cunningham. Let's go back a little bit, right? Because before the All-Star game and before, we get to this point, it just felt awkward and forced in the first place. I didn't mention it, but media alone, podcasts, a lot of the TV shows, it felt forced for them to say great things about the Detroit Pistons. And of course, their star Cade Cunningham. So, me being a person, I don't like fakeness at all. You got to be fake. I mean, it's part of your job, fine. But if you don't have to do it, don't. And it just seemed forced and phony. It's just like we have to say something because look at his numbers and they're starting to win games, so we gotta talk about it. And we seen that with the Detroit Lions, and the way that you can tell, obviously, because as soon as the Lions lost, everybody turned their back when it comes to media, and a lot of these ex-athletes. We don't want forced love here in the D. We take care of ourselves in the D. It's us against y'all, to be honest. It's us against everybody. And we don't need the phony fabricated love. Even for the phony fans that's in the city, we don't need the phony fans either. You want to be a bandwagoner, you can go elsewhere. Go back to the team that you was secretly rooting for. Leave our Pistons alone, man. We'll take care of our own squad. On a marketing stage, of course, right? You want to see Cade get his accolades and everything else, but at the same time, when it's just phony, it's just cringeworthy. But when it comes to the NBA and his play on the court, I still have not noticed a change because Cade continues to get outdone and free throws attempts by other guys that come in here. James Harden is not the old James Harden. He got to 50 because they were calling all of that garbage that they used to call for James Harden. Foul after foul, right? I think it was like 20-5 or something like that. Free throws, which is crazy. Just give him this respect. Like, how hard is that? Like, why do y'all not like us so much? What do we honestly do to y'all? You know what I'm saying? Nothing really, but for some reason the officiating crews, they just make it their business to not give us calls, but call everything against us. You call ticky-tack fouls all the time against guys like Duran and Stu, even though they do stuff that's obvious, but there's sometimes it's just like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Do I got to go back to the technical foul on Stu for just running up the court? You know what I'm saying? So it's starting to get to the point where it's just like, man, is this going to change before the playoffs? That's the biggest question. That's the real part of this video that I wanted to get across. Before the playoffs come, are we going to start to see Cade and, the Pistons in general start to get that respect from the league? Because playoff basketball is really intense, and getting in foul trouble can get us bounced out real fast. And if we end up going up against a team like Indiana in the series, it's definitely going to be some bumping, grabbing, and everything else. How is the league going to officiate that? That's going to be interesting. Playoff basketball is a whole different animal. I've never been a fan of regular season warriors. No pun intended. I don't care how many games you won during the regular season. Get to the playoffs and start winning in the playoffs. When it comes to NBA basketball, your record, fine, whatever. You won 60 games, 70 games, who cares? Get to the playoffs and win it all. So being a high intensity type of atmosphere, especially what it's going to be here in Little Caesars Arena, you don't want to see the crowd being hushed by some bad foul calls. So this thing is, I don't know if the Detroit Pistons submitted anything to the league for them to take a better look. I'm probably sure they did. But he's getting slapped, hit, all type of stuff going to the hole and not getting calls, man. And it's getting to the point to where you can see him at his breaking point out there to where he's about to snap on some of those refs. You know what I'm saying? So, I worry about that a lot. Speaking of the playoffs, Tobias did something really dope as a veteran. And this is why you need these type of character and veteran guys around. Tobias took all the guys out and got them suits for the playoffs, which I thought was absolutely dope.
Yes, sir. Real vet, man. Tobias, appreciate you.
How you doing?
I'm good. Getting pissed. Yes, sir. Real OG.
But at the same time, very, very veteran and professional-like for him to do that, because you want these young guys to understand when you're going into the playoffs, it's all business. It's all business. It's a real animalistic atmosphere when you're going up in them playoff matchups. So you got to bring your hard hat. You got to be, if you claim to be blue collar and hard nosed and all of these things and mirror the city, you need to walk into the game like you're getting ready to take care of business then. And that's the message that Tobias is putting across to the young fellas on the team. Him officially being one of the unks of the team. I thought that was really, really dope. Really, really dope, man. So we got to keep the band rolling. I don't know, man. We got some stretches where, again, we have some very, very winnable games where we can go on these small streaks and continue to fight for that playoff positioning, man. We've been put behind a full game now and probably a game and a half after the Clippers, but behind the Bucks in Indiana. We got to find a way to get on top of those teams, man, and make a little space in between us. So We need to put together wins, and we need to make sure that, we don't, fall off a little bit and start going into little losing streaks. Keep the winning. You're not going to win every single game for the rest of the season. But keep the winning more than the losing. Keep that unbalanced. I don't even want it balanced. Keep it unbalanced. More wins, less losses. And take care of business. Put yourself in the best position possible to win in the playoffs, man. With that said, just wanted to get that point across to you guys. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.